to my channel. I am so excited about today's vlog. I am just going to read the books that I want to read this week and go into it based off of what I'm feeling in the mood for. A lot of times I try and plan the books that I want to read for the week or for the month, but this week I'm just reading whatever I want to read. I have a few really good books that I would like to read this week. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. I'm just going to casually read and then hopefully get a few books under my belt for the week. I am so excited. It is Sunday, June 4th. We just got out of church and it's 1:30. Haley fam has been reading Red Rising. And if you guys know, I love Red Rising. This is a sci-fi book. The first one feels very dystopian in my opinion, but it's basically like Hunger Games in Mars. Absolutely loved it, 5 stars. Haley, just hearing how excited she was to read Red Rising, honestly, it really pumped me up. So I decided to go ahead and start Golden Sun. I started it last night, so I'm on page 21. I just got the book on my Kindle because I want to go outside and read, and it's just not fun to lay by the pool with a book when you're like on your back, you know? So after I read Golden Sun, it's gonna help me gauge if I'm gonna go into Morning Star. I'm not really going to share with you guys what I'm going to read yet because I want it to be a surprise, and I feel like it just makes the video super fun. I'm going to get started on this and I'll update you guys once I made some good progress.
Hypnotized, I don't know why she got me feeling this way. She's got a way about her. She's got a way about her. And I'm mesmerized like every night by every word she'll say. She's got a way about her. She's got a way about her. Yeah, she doesn't.
I am 20% into Golden Sun. Oh my gosh, I'm 81 pages in, and let me just say, I have such a soft spot for one of the scenes that happens in Red Rising, and it happens within like the first 50 pages, and this is the scene that I actually recorded and showed it during the book swap with Ian. I was absolutely sobbing, it destroyed me, and we're kind of recapping right now, but you also get an important piece that you don't get and you also don't understand in the first book. And so now in the second one, you finally find out what was said, what happens, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. As I've been reading this, I've just realized, I think with Red Rising, it's really just the perfect introduction to science fiction. I definitely wouldn't say that it's beginner friendly just for like a newer reader. I would say maybe get some fantasy under your belt first, and then it'll be easier to digest Red Rising because you're not focused as much on the world building. I mean, of course it's like essential, but you're not super focused on it. You kind of need to remember what he says about like the caste system and the different colors and what their use is in this society, but also it's not just an easy read. Like, you really do have to kind of be focused and be good at reading. Like for me, I've been reading word for word. Unlike some books, I can just read sentences. This one, I have to read word for word or it's easy to get lost. It's easy to get confused if you accidentally miss something because he does repeat himself a little bit, but not really. Like, you can just tell that he is such a genius, this author. And so there are a lot of $10 words in this book as well, which is really nice with a Kindle because you can just highlight a word and it'll tell you the definition. That's been super helpful, especially giving context. So I will say that I think that's a good preface because in Red Rising, I feel like it was easy to read, but not for someone that hasn't read fantasy before, because with fantasy you kind of get similar things, but I definitely can tell with Red Rising it's a step up from the fantasy that I've read. I'd like to read at least 100 pages today, and I'm halfway. So I'm not halfway. I'm almost halfway, so I also feel like I didn't tell you guys what Red Rising is even about. So in case you don't know what it's about, it's kind of hard to explain, but the best way I can explain it is it follows the main character, Darrow. He is living on Mars and he is the lowest in society. He's a red. He is a hell driver, which is basically kind of like a miner a little bit if you want to compare it that way, but he's actually super young in the first book starting out. He's like 17 and he's married to EO. It is just an incredible revenge story. That's really what it is. So like I said, Darrow, he is living on Mars and he has never seen daylight before. He's never seen the sky. He just lives underground, and that's how it is for the Reds. So these people, their ancestors have been doing the same thing as them for a long time. Basically, their goal is to make Mars inhabitable so that the people of Earth can come over. And that's what they're told their whole life. So that's all they know. So with each generation, they are realizing that they're getting closer and closer and closer. And you realize that it's all just been a lie. Darrow, he is seeking revenge. So he infiltrates into the highest group of this society, which are the Golds. It is so good. I feel like I'm not doing it justice whatsoever. It's also kind of hard describing a book that is, I don't want to say complex, but it kind of is. It's kind of like Hunger Games in space, pretty much. And then the second one, I can't go into detail without giving anything away. It is super good. I just feel like the author is so good about raising the stakes, making you feel the pressure that Darrow is feeling, but also as the reader, you're totally torn between what Darrow is fighting for and the friendships that Darrow is making with the Golds. Hopefully that's not too much information. I'm just gonna stop there. I also have some work that I gotta do. I need to get a video up. So hopefully I can do all of that and still get halfway. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. It's 9:23. I started my morning off. I woke up and actually read only like a few pages of Golden Sun. I'm on page 184, so I read like not exactly 150 pages. I was so close to reading 150 pages yesterday, but I had like 7. I think I was 7 short. So that is my goal again today. Originally, I wanted to try and finish this yesterday, but Golden Sun is actually kind of a lengthy book. It's almost 450 pages, so I am just not the fastest reader, and I think I'll probably end up finishing this tomorrow, hopefully. I just don't see myself finishing it today when I am not exactly halfway through. I am 43% of the way through. This book is absolutely insane. I am obsessed with it. I love it so much. I am getting the same feelings, the same excitement that I got in book 1, Red Rising. Wow, the action is so good. Right now, with like the crew and being in space, it kind of reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. There's no magic or anything, but just the crew. It's like everyone is just so unique in their own way, but they bring something special to the group. I am so shocked in the mission that Darrow is about to go on. I know he's going to survive because I have like 4 more books left, and so I know he has to live. He has to live. I need to clean up today. The apartment has just been feeling like a mess because life has been so busy recently, and so if the apartment is in order, then my brain will feel in order. Guys, I literally just got home and Ian cleaned while I was gone. He put all of like my clothes and everything for me so I could just easily put them up, and now the place is clean, so I'm so happy. I got my Starbucks. We'll continue on reading. Hi guys. Okay, I don't know why this has just been the spot, this video. It is 4:30. I actually have not read since, I think, like 1:30. I have been working on a video and I just got it done, and so I'm trying to get it up right now, which is perfect timing because I can get back to Golden Sun. So when I was down at the pool, I was there for like, I think an hour, maybe a little bit more, but I think it was an hour, and I read 45 pages down there. Holy crap, you guys, this book is so good. I know people have said that they love the second one, and I totally see why, because I'm not even into the meat of it. I just feel it. You know when you're reading a book and you just know you haven't even touched what's about to go down? That's where I feel I'm at right now. I'm feeling weird because, you know, sometimes when you're reading a book and you almost feel a little bit bad for the antagonist. I don't feel bad for him, but I'm starting to like him a little bit, and there's no reason for me to like him. I just feel like he is being, what's the word, tolerable, which no, just no. Heinous crimes this man committed. I should not so easily forgive. I must remember the person from book 1 because we are seeking justice. Okay, we are back with another day. It is Wednesday. It's currently 8:50. I did my morning routine, worked out, went to the gym, walked Mish, had breakfast, made a yummy coffee, and so now I'm ready to sit down and read. This is actually the first day in a bit where I don't have something to work on. It's just a reading day. That's amazing. I'm so happy about that. I left off last night at page 243. So this is where I ended, and I didn't read as much as I hoped that I would yesterday, but I am hoping that I can just at least get 75% of the way through. I think we can do it because we have all day to read and it's pretty early. So I'm feeling hopeful about it. You know what really helps me is when I open the book to the page that I'm at, and it just makes me feel so much better because I can actually see the progress. I'm right here. I'm a little over halfway. That feels so good to say. Are you kidding me? But where are they? That broke me. I'm like, she should have died in the first book. She should have died in the first book when they had the chance. They should have left her there. Why did they save her? Why did they save her?
It breaks your heart.
It does, you guys. Seriously, like, I know you're gonna watch this and be like, okay, but I don't cry easily over books.
No, you don't.
I don't. I've only really sobbed over ACOTAR and Love in Other Words. But Red Rising has had me like absolutely distraught. It's because of how he freaking writes it. Whenever you're reading like anyone's death, you literally sob because the way he describes like their life ending and like their last moments, I can't. Golden Sun, obviously 5 stars. Are you kidding? For the next read, I have a few. The third installment of Red Rising, which is Morning Star. And this is about, I think it's like 100 pages more. I might go ahead and start this while reading another book. I think I want to hop into one of these romances. So we have The Summer Broken Rules, Every Summer After, and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I am thinking I want something like super easy, quick read that I can read with Morning Star. So I might do Morning Star and Every Summer After. I think people have said that this is similar to The Summer I Turned Pretty. Let me read the back. Once I read more, I'll be able to probably explain it a little bit better. So I'm excited to read this. This is my first Carly Fortune book ever. So, and a lot of you guys have commented and said that this is one of your favorite books. So I'm really excited to read it, and let's go ahead and get started. And I'm also going to continue with Morning Star. I just can't stop. It's 10:34. I have a few things that I have to go to later this afternoon. One of my friends is moving, so we're helping him pack his stuff up. And then there is this ministry that I'm a part of, so I have that as well tonight. So I want to get as much reading done as I possibly can, and then tomorrow's Friday, so. Hi guys, okay, sorry for the poor lighting. It is 9:30 p.m. on Friday. I just got home and I haven't been reading for the whole evening, and same for Thursday evening. We've just been busy. I have made it to page 90 today in Every Summer After. My goal is to read at least 100 pages of Every Summer After so that tomorrow we can try and finish it. We'll see. This book is so good so far. It's reminding me so much of Love in Other Words. It's crazy. I feel like Percy and Sam remind me so much of Macy and Elliot, except Macy, sometimes it was hard for me to relate to her because she was so kind of closed off, I felt. And so what I really like about Every Summer After is Percy is what I was hoping for a little bit more in Macy. I feel like sometimes MCs do things that you know they would never do in real life. And the main character's like, no, I don't want to know why you broke up with me. No one would do that in real life. Like, if your boyfriend broke up with you, you would be like, tell me why. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Percy, I really, really love her as a main character. And I absolutely love Sam. I just feel like they're in their awkward teenage years, but now they just got to high school. Percy and her family, they get this cottage in this cute little lake town called Barry's Bay. And so anyway, they become neighbors with Charlie and Sam. Charlie is Sam's older brother, and then Sam, he's the love interest. I absolutely am loving it so far. It just feels like a cozy summer read, and I was trying to explain this to Ian earlier. With her writing, it reminds me of Christina Lauren in Love in Other Words, how it just had this heavy feel to it. Like, all of the words, everything just felt so heavy and a little bit melancholy. And I kind of feel similar with this. I don't know how the authors do it, but it just is a feeling that I get. It's kind of like with music. There's certain music that just, it's not melancholy to other people, but it is to me. And so that's how I feel with certain books, and Every Summer After is kind of giving me that feel as well. But yeah, I'm going to keep reading for the night. I'm not going to stay up and read for too long, but I do want to get a good amount done. So let's get to reading. Hello everyone. Okay, it is Saturday. We are approaching the end of this whole week of reading video, but I feel like so yesterday I did not get much time to read. Thursday I did not get much time to read either. And then today it's like, I think it's almost 4 o'clock, and I am finally going to sit down and do some reading. I read a little bit of Morning Star, I think last night, and every summer after I made it to page 93. I totally expected to read 3 books this week. I'm just such a slow reader, I'm realizing, but Ian is literally being my tripod right now.
Hello.
So
Breaking that fourth wall.
right now I am on page 130. Ian and I took like a
3.5, 4 hour nap.
oh my gosh, we took a 4-hour nap.
It's needed.
Yeah, so it's like 8:30 I think, and we
It's
are
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And now we're wired. I would love to try and finish this tonight. I mean, it's not that much. I mean, it's still a lot, but at least get like most of it done and then just read a little bit tomorrow so we can start reading another book or continue with Morningstar tomorrow. I'll update you guys in a little bit. Good morning, you guys. It's Sunday, the last day of this challenge. I finished Every Summer After. What took me so long to pick this up? Oh my gosh, it was so good. A couple clips ago, I was talking about how this book feels melancholy to me, which a lot of books that are written in a similar way kind of, it gives me that same feel. And I realized it's more of like the nostalgia that I get when reading certain books like this. It's a then and now timeline. So when she's 30 years old compared to when she's 13, 14, 15, 16, just growing up, you kind of are reflecting back with her and feeling all of these emotions with her and all of the nostalgia. This book is about Percy and Sam. Percy is 13 years old when her parents buy this cottage in Barry's Bay, and it's right next door to Sam and his mom and his brother Charlie's cottage, but they live there all year round. And then Percy and her parents, they go for like holidays and for the summer, so she loves hanging out with Sam, and they just instantly form a bond and they compliment each other so well. Sam, he's a little bit like, first of all, he's a genius and he's so sweet, a little bit more sensitive, and Percy, she doesn't really have a filter, but honestly in the best way. She's not offensive. It's kind of adorable. It's an adorable trait that she has. They spend the summers just swimming in the lake, jumping off their raft, tanning, watching horror movies. Oh, they always do this thing where they have 3 updates. So whenever they spend a long period apart from each other, like if they don't see each other from summer to Thanksgiving, then they'll say, okay, 3 updates. And then they'll update each other on the past few months in just 3 updates. So I think that's super cute, and that reminds me of Love in Other Words when Elliot and Macy are like, favorite word. There is a trope in here. I don't know if it's a spoiler if I say it, but if you've read it, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It's a trope that I pretty much assumed was probably going to happen. I mean, it was kind of obvious. I just felt it coming on. And it's one of my least favorite tropes ever. Like, I mean, I don't think I have to explain why I have a problem with it, but it just absolutely breaks my heart and it's just so not okay. And, I could just see it leading up to this moment, and I was really hoping it wasn't gonna happen. And it went further than what I thought it would. That was hard to read. It was painful to read. So then when Percy and Sam are starting college, they have a falling out. You don't figure out what happens until later on in the book. I will say, like, towards the end you figure out what happens, but they have a falling out and they don't talk for 12 years. And then Charlie, Sam's older brother, he ends up calling Macy when she's in her 30s, and I believe she's actually in her early 30s at this point, and he lets, I want to call her Macy now, Sam and Charlie's mom, Sue, she has passed away. And I almost said Macy. Did you see that? I almost said Macy once again. He calls Percy to let her know that his mom has passed away. Percy, she really had such a close relationship with Sue. She was like another mom to her, and she really looked up to her as well. And so she feels, I don't want to say obligated, but kind of to go because Sue had such a big impact in her life. It was so fast-paced reading. I felt it was so easy to read, just flying through it. It felt very YA. It was super cute. So, I mean, reading most of it, I was like, this feels like a 5-star. And then getting to the plot twist, it was so icky and just so not okay. It makes me want to drop the rating, but I don't know what I would drop it to. So that's what I'm kind of struggling with. I need to like marinate on this one. I kind of wish that wasn't a part of this book, but you know, it's fine. Now I gotta think about it. I feel like it's still like maybe a 4, because after that I'm like, ugh. I will say I preferred reading the then parts of the timeline compared to the now. I just love something about teenagers and love. It's just so wholesome and so cute. I have a few hours that I can read. Sundays are pretty busy. So I am currently on page 25. I'm not that far in and I definitely won't finish it today. And I am going to go ahead and end the video off here. Like I said, Sundays are such a busy day. For me, I have like a few hours from noon till the evening. So I didn't end up reading that much of Morningstar, but I still read a good amount, like a decent amount. So I am on page 54 of Morningstar now. I read Golden Sun and Every Summer After, so like a longer read and then like a shorter read. And yeah, I am so surprised. I thought I would definitely read 3 books this week, but that's all that I read this week. I want to do this again, but with summer books. So let me know if you guys want to see that within the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!